Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another one of Big Red's Rants and Ramblings. Today, I'm going to address my male viewers. Today, I'm going to ramble on about being a male, getting older, and how much it sucks. Obviously, I can talk about it because I'm a male and I am getting older. As a male, when you get older, some funny things happen. Not all males experience it, but we start thinning up here. Some people say it's genetics. Some people say it's just the luck of the draw. I don't know. My biological grandfathers both died before they got old enough to go bald. Or right at the age where they would normally start going bald. So I don't know. One of them I never met. One of them died when I was real young. I never lived with my father. So I lived with my father till I was 4 years old. Never saw him after that, but 2 other times, so I don't know. But some people say it's genetics. But what's weird about losing hair on top of your head, you start growing it in other places where it doesn't have no business. Like, I started growing hair freaking right here. A little bit, like a small little, I've got fair hair, so you can't see it, but it's there. I started growing hair like on my back shoulder blades. It has no business being there. Ain't nobody got time for that. And yeah, that's just, to me, that's weird. But then you see some old guys, which thank the good Lord above or whatever you believe in. You know, some of them old dudes, they got hair growing out of their ears or on their ears. That's weird. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Thank goodness. And, you know, some of them old dudes have, like, whacked out eyebrows. They just start... They look like freaking caterpillars crawling across their head. And then some dudes have that hair growing out their nose that's, like, freaking long enough for like Tarzan to swing on. But they ain't got no hair up here. That's just one thing about growing old as being a male. And then growing old in general, wasn't until about last year my eyes started hurting. I went to the doctor and the eye doctor, they tested my vision. I still got 20/20 vision. But like, I just woke up right now, about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And if I try to read something right now, early in the morning, because my eyes were at rest, it's hard for me to read small print. Late at night, it's hard for me, so I have to wear these. Reading testicles. And the doctor said not to wear them all the time unless I eventually want glasses, because he said you'll start relying on those more and more and it just damages your eyes. Those are just over the counter, you know, off the little spinner rack reading glasses, the lowest ones. He told me to get like between 1s and 1.5s. I think those are a +1. But during the day, like once I woken up and my eyes start working and I'm fine. But when it gets late at night, no, and the way he explained it was because your eyes are a muscle. You can't actually work out your eye. But he says as you get older, your muscles start deteriorating eventually, and then they get weaker. So that's what happened to my eyes. I'm 44 years old. Still with perfect vision. Problem is, in the morning, when my eyes haven't started working and woken up yet, and I have a little trouble reading, and then at night. So I'm sure that happens to women as well, but, I'm just talking from a male point of view. And then once you get a little older, all your aches and pains seem to be amplified. And then you got more aches and pains and more creaks. Mine's a little different because I've got degenerative disc disease, bilateral neuropathy and stuff like that. I'm just talking about like your everyday, you know, like if you was somebody who worked manual labor and you worked with your hands a lot, I mean, this is my normal state of how my hands look. I mean, my hands never stay straight. I mean, they always got a slight bend to them, and my hands are riddled with arthritis. But then again, I used to kickbox, and do manual labor. So, you know, that could have something to do with it. But, you know, when you're young, you don't feel that, you know. But now I feel it, especially now that it's just gotten cold again here in Houston, which is funny. This is our third winter. Now it's March 12th, and we just got another cold front come through, but for the last 3 weeks, it was like 80, 85 degrees. Now it's in the 40s last night it got down to, I want to say, in the 40s, and the high for today is going to be in the 60s, which still isn't super cold, but whenever there's a drastic 20 to 30 degree weather change within 24 hours, your body feels it. And then also as a male, once you get a little older, you know, I've got more than the little spare tire and love handles. I'm just going to put it right out there in case y'all haven't noticed. I'm fat. But, you know, as you get older, you know, your late 30s, early 40s, it's harder to lose weight. You know, you gain that little extra poof, and it's harder to lose it once you start getting older. Your metabolism changes, and usually around this time, most people are married, so, you know, you get comfortable, and you get into that little rut, you put on a few pounds, next thing you know, you can't get that shit off. Or it's harder to get off. You know, then you start getting a little older than what I am, and I start seeing these commercials for ED. And in case you don't know what ED is, you know, and I hope this never happens to me, but you never know. I mean, they show commercials, and they just call it ED on TV. Every now and then you'll hear it called erectile dysfunction, which means you go from like this as a teenager to, you know, and your pecker don't work as good anymore. I know this has happened to my grandfather. He wasn't my biological grandfather, but he was the grandfather that raised me. And he used to talk about it. He's like, man, when I used to be a young man, my prick was a stargazer. Now it's a cement inspector. I'm like, what? And then nowadays you start seeing all these commercials for it, where you could take a little pill to help you with that. But so far I haven't gotten to that point yet, and I hope I never do. So, yeah, growing old as a male kind of sucks. You know, and again, all these things don't happen to every male, but a lot of them it does. So, yeah. I'm trying to think, what else is a drawback? You know, some people look at gray hair as a drawback. I don't mind gray hair. I got a few straggly gray hairs in my beard. I don't know about on my head because I'm going thin up here. The sides, no gray, but, you know, top I'm thinning. Right here, I mean, I've got a little fuzz back here, but, you know, eventually I'll have that whole Friar Tuck look where it'll be just hair around the sides. And at that point, it's time to just shave it all off. Because I ain't Ben Franklin, and I'm definitely not Friar Tuck. So, yeah, growing up as a male, getting older, isn't all what it's cracked up to be. So any of you youngins watching this video, just enjoy your youth while you can. Because once you hit late 30s, early 40s, it's a slippery slope. And you could, you know, at any given point, you could have a freaking banana peel put right in front of you and you slipping and say la vie, you gone, buddy. It's all downhill after that. So, yeah, growing up and getting older as a male definitely sucks. I don't know about growing up and growing old as a woman, because I'm not a woman. So this has been Big Red for Big Red's Rants and Ramblings. Thanks for listening. And if you don't mind, down there's a subscription bar. Subscribe. Also down there's a comment section. Type me a comment and I'll type you one back. I read all my comments. I answer 99.9% of them. And also, while you're down in that section, there's a description box. If you read the description box, there's links to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. You can know when I have new content. Just as easy as that as you do if you subscribe. You know, I'd rather you do both if you could. And always, you know, tell your mom, tell your pa, tell your greasy grandma, share my videos with your family and friends. If you see an interesting ad pop up, click it. You know, hey, it'll help me out. Also, just thanks for watching. This has been Big Red for Big Red's Rants and Ramblings. And just take care and love one another. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.